More than 600 years ago, the emperor of Ming Dynasty Zhu Di ordered Beijing to be the capital. For almost 100 years, the heirs of Genghis Khan had a capital at Beijing. The old palace wasn't good enough for Zhu Di. He had it to make way for the new one. The rubble was used to make a mountain that overlooked the new palace complex. This construction of the new palace took 14 years. By the time it was done, it had 2,000 buildings and over 9,000 rooms. For 500 years, its name would be spoken with awe. It was called the Forbidden City. At the very heart of Beijing is a large rectangle, 3/4 of a kilometer wide and nearly a kilometer deep. High walls and a wide moat separate it from the rest of Beijing. The walls include an immense space, 720,000 square meters, 437 White House, that's more than 100 football pitches, could fit in its ground. From the 15th century to the 20th, the Forbidden City was the heart of the Chinese Empire. It was the home of 24 emperors, the seat of government, the heart of the civilization. Beijing was a city of walls. The Forbidden City was a city within a city. Like nested boxes, deep inside one walled city, Beijing was another walled city, the imperial city, reserved just for the royal family and the highest members of society. And inside the imperial city was another walled city, the most secret, the most exclusive place in China, a place where mistaken entry could mean death, the Forbidden City. Hidden behind its high impenetrable walls, life in the Forbidden City assumed mythic qualities. The only thing that most people outside the city could see was the gold-colored roofs of the highest buildings soaring above the walls. For them, the Forbidden City was the ultimate mystery destination. Construction of the Forbidden City started in 1407. In Europe, Joan of Arc was still in Pictos. Constantinople was still the Christian capital of the Roman Empire. And in Iceland, dried fish were used for money. In fact, the Forbidden City is more than a city. It's bigger than the world's smallest country. But by the 20th century, the Forbidden City and everything it represented, the emperor, the palace contents, even the building itself, was under attack. Some wouldn't survive. It was big guns that finally brought the dynasty down. In the 20th century, a tidal wave of revolution rolled over the country. The imperial system was finally swept away. What was left behind was the last emperor, and a crumbling palace that was forbidden no more. In 1924, the last emperor was expelled from the palace, and the buildings began a new life. They got a new name, the Palace Museum.